Hello and welcome to this week's Student Spotlight. Today we're here with Chloe Watchrood, a musician at NDSU. And how you doing today, Chloe?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing well. Thanks so much for coming on.
Yeah.
Well, you obviously normally host this segment, but it's going to be really fun for our listeners to kind of get some insight into what you do at NDSU. So, what year are you in college, and what is your major?
I'm currently a freshman at NDSU and majoring in vocal music education with a minor in entrepreneurship.
Okay, so you like to sing.
Yes.
Great, and you're obviously entrepreneurially minded. So, what
Mhm.
is your main business endeavor right now?
So what I do is I do gigging across North Dakota and the surrounding areas. I started doing it in 2017. I just did it solo. I did it by myself. Sometimes my sister would come and sing harmonies for me. I usually just play guitar or piano. But since then, I have grown my business per se. I've grown it where I have a 5-piece band now. I have auditioned for multiple television shows and stuff like that. I'm actually going to release my 10th single tomorrow on iTunes and Spotify. And it's grown a lot in the past few years. So that is really awesome.
Wow, if people want to find that music on Spotify, should they just look up your name or what's the name of the song?
Yeah, so they should look up Chloe Marie, and usually, like, I probably won't be the first one that pops up, so maybe put a song title with it. The last one I released was Walk Away, so if you do Chloe Marie Walk Away, you'll find me.
Yeah, that's awesome. So,
Mhm.
when did you kind of first you obviously enjoy music, but is that mainly what motivated you to start, like
I think
performing
so.
gigs and whatnot?
Yeah. I don't really know what motivated me to start like performing and gigging, but I started writing songs when I was 8. And since then, I like fell in love with songs and songwriting. And when I moved from Fargo to Minot, I really wanted to start like producing my songs and getting them out there. So I found a company in Minot, North Dakota called Adapt Audio. And they have produced every single song that I've put out. And I think that's when I really wanted to start sharing my music and sharing my love of music. And I actually like had an interview the other day, and they were talking about like when I first started gigging, and it my very first gig was probably bigger than it should have been for my first gig. It was in Bismarck, and it was for the Women's Business Summit, and there was like a jumbotron, and like I was on the stage, and there was a bunch of people, and I think that was really like the taste of it where I was like, yes, this is awesome. I want to do this all the time. And it hasn't stopped since. Obviously, summers are busier than winters, but yeah, I think that's where I really was like, yes, I want to do this full time.
Wow, yeah. So you just jumped right in. That must have been nerve-wracking for you. Could you just quickly tell us about that experience, like a little bit more?
Yeah.
Kind of the nerves and how you felt?
So I've actually always, of course, you get nervous before every single performance a little bit, but I feel like I've always felt at home, like on a stage or performing or talking in front of people. I really like connecting with people and relating with them. So that comes for me naturally. But yeah, of course, like you have to make sure the set's ready. You have to make sure you know the music. Like you can't just not know it and get on stage and then expect them to be happy with the performance. But yeah, I mean, nerves for sure, but also I feel comfortable on stage now, and it's just really fun for me to do that.
Yeah, in any entrepreneurial endeavor where you're kind of providing a service to people or entertaining them, they expect you to show up, you know? And
Yeah.
when it comes to be performance day or, presentation day or you're working with clients, you're going to be nervous.
Yeah.
So you've obviously gained a lot of experience with dealing with nerves. Um,
Mhm.
so just like quickly, what are your biggest tips for people getting nervous in their entrepreneurship?
Um, oh, that's a good one. For me, I guess like my parents have helped me a lot through this process. They are always making sure I'm prepared for the event. So just always be prepared. And actually, like for me, a big thing is having the whole entire show down. Like, don't just practice like the first part and the last part. You need to practice everything, like starting from the very first song to like in between, what you're going to say, like how you're going to stand, like who's going to play during that. Yeah, so just making sure you're prepared and in the mindset of, okay, this is a show or this is a presentation, like it needs to be professionally done and put together. That's really my biggest advice, is just be prepared.
Yeah. Be prepared. Exactly. Yeah. So you started off like young and everything. What are like the biggest obstacles for you in developing your brand?
Biggest obstacles, there's a lot. I feel like,
sure. Yeah.
I would say just, especially being, okay, so there's good sides of being in North Dakota as a musician, but there's also some things that make it harder. Definitely, I think that the North Dakota people are very supportive in supporting people from their hometowns, so that has helped a lot. But the lack of performance spaces is a little bit harder when you're a musician trying to get out there and trying to get seen. I think that's kind of been a downfall, but honestly, I've had, like, I'm from Minot, which is smaller than Fargo, and I've had success there of performing at things. So kind of location, I would say, location and getting, like, obviously musician, like being a musician isn't my full-time job. So having the time to divide between school and life and being a musician is hard too.
Yeah, for sure makes sense. So, I mean, given like the lack of just numbers of people, you need a lot of support, like you said, and North Dakotans are really supportive. But have you gotten help from like specific people, and like who have you kind of collaborated with along the way? Because we hear, entrepreneurs have to collaborate all the time. Really, is it like a team event a lot of the time? So who have you collaborated with?
Oh, there are so many people. I would say my family is probably the biggest important role in my life. We call my mom my momager because she's always constantly planning everything for gigs and website and all that kind of stuff. My sister does a lot of my logos, so that's awesome. My dad deals with the equipment and setting everything up for shows. And I mean, like, I've collaborated with Adapt Audio to produce all my songs. I've done some work with Dave Royce Music in Minot. They played for me. The Sons of David played for me for a while. I have collaborated with people in Nashville. So just a lot of people have come into play for me to be successful.
Yeah, absolutely. And being a music fan yourself, in the industry, who do you look up to the most in music or in entrepreneurship?
I'd say, I don't know. Music. One of my like biggest influences, like growing up and still now, is probably Carrie Underwood. I think she's pretty cool. Kelsey Ballerini is another one. But like business wise, I don't know. I've been like obsessed with Elon Musk lately. I don't know why, but just people who value working hard for what they get, and yeah, people who have a good work ethic. That's what really inspires me, honestly.
Yeah, absolutely. And the people you named have amazing work ethics, obviously. So on the entrepreneurship side of things, like how do you like stay involved with kind of like pushing forward entrepreneurship for everyone?
So at the beginning of this year, I started working for the Nice Center, obviously, with you. That has been awesome in discovering what I like to do. I have totally changed my train of thought, I feel like. And I've really become like interested in business and how it works and how it functions. So definitely the Nice Center has helped a lot with that. And I mean, having my own business essentially has helped a lot too, because you get to learn more.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And just last couple questions here. So what's really important for aspiring entrepreneurs to know, and you especially in like the performing arts, maybe? Just what's the best advice you can give?
I say go for it. Like the industry that I'm in with music is very hit or miss, and it's very risk or reward. And if you're gonna go for it, you got to go all in, and you got to be ready for people's opinions, or just to be like in the spotlight essentially. And Be ready to be critiqued and take it nicely. And I mean, literally, I have people tell me that songs are horrible or that they're great, and you just got to say, okay, how can I make it better? Like just got to keep moving forward. So that's important. Just keep going for it and keep doing it.
Yeah, being resilient. Not you can't. I mean, you have to have a short memory, thick skin, kind of.
Yeah.
That's all for sure. All right. So our final segment, overrated or underrated. Just a little quick little segment. I'm going to give you a topic, and you're going to say if it's overrated or underrated. Okay.
Okay.
So first, surprises.
Surprises, I would say, are, I think they're underrated. I like surprises. I think they're fun. Yeah, I like them.
Good to see something new. Yeah. Instagram.
Overrated. I think it's overrated. I love Instagram. I use it all the time. I'm on it all the time, but it has definitely like consumed people's lives a little bit too much, probably. So that's why it's overrated.
Would you say the same for TikTok at this moment?
Yes, for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay. Hydro flasks.
I have one myself, but I would say they're overrated because I got like a similar cup the other day and it does the exact same and it was like $15. So yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, just an expensive water bottle. You get the name. All right.
Yeah.
Buffalo Wild Wings.
Ooh, underrated, I think. I like B-dubs a lot.
What's your favorite wing flavor?
I'm very basic and I just get teriyaki boneless wings. Yeah.
Okay, respect. Okay. Apple Music platform.
I love Apple Music. I think it's underrated. But a lot of people are Spotify people and they love Spotify. So I don't know. Both are good, in my opinion.
Is it like hard to get on either one? Like, is it harder to get on Apple Music?
For me, I've always been like an iTunes sort of person, so it's been very easy for me to do Apple Music. That's how I like make my sets and like listen to radio even. Spotify for me is more difficult because I haven't figured out like how to play songs out of like the order, how to like skip around. And I don't pay for like premium, so it's different.
But as an artist, is it easy to like publish on each platform?
Oh, I actually go through a website called CD Baby, and it distributes it to like all of the streaming platforms for me, so I don't have to do it myself.
Oh, cool. That makes sense. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Final one. Of course, succulents.
Overrated, I think. I have some fake ones, and I don't like them as much anymore. So.
How dare you? You're gonna have the Nice Centers audience is gonna be coming after you.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah. All right, Chloe, where can people find you on social media?
They can find me on Facebook at Chloe Marie Music ND, or my Instagram and my TikTok are chloe.mariemusic. And you can also find me on YouTube at Chloe Marie Music, and I have a website, chloemariemusic.com.
Perfect. Well, thanks so much for taking the time out of your day to come on, and I had a great time.
Yes, it was awesome. Thanks.
Yep. See ya.
See ya.